Good morning, students. In the earlier class, we have seen the paper standards. Under the paper standards, we have seen the metallic standard, whereby we have seen monometallism and bimetallism. Monometallism, under which we have seen gold standard, either gold standard or silver standard. Bimetallism, whereby we have seen the gold standard, silver standard, or the both. Okay? So we have seen these in the earlier video. Now today we are going to see the paper standard. What is basically the paper standard? The paper standard is the standard which is also called the managed standard. This is the system which is adopted by the many countries of the world after the end of the gold standard or the gold standard. Under this system, basically, this is also called the managed system, whereby the currency is in the form of the printed paper notes or the token coins. Basically, we have seen the paper notes and the token coin under the paper standard. The intrinsic value and the face value both differs of the currency or the coins. These paper standard is also called the non-convertible in nature. It means in the previous video I have explained the convertibility as well as the intrinsic value and the face value of the currency. So a paper standard is the managed standard and this is the non-convertible in nature. This paper standard is also called the fiat system, which has the unlimited legal tender. This type of the currency is actually supported by the government of the country. So this paper notes and the token coin have the unlimited legal tender. So this is the paper standard. Now we are coming on the next aspect, which is our principle or which is the note issue. When the government of any country issues the currency, at that time the economy or the government follow any of the principle. One is the currency principle and the other one is the banking principle. What is basically the currency principle? The currency principle says that the currency is basically fully convertible in nature. So since the convertibility is ensured in the currency principle, so 100% gold reserve or the metallic reserves are to be kept. When we talk about the banking principle, this principle actually ensures the non-convertibility of the currency. So in this principle, basically there is no requirement of keeping the metal reserve. Many countries of the world is on the banking principle because the people is not interested in the convertibility of the currency. Now we are coming on the next aspect, that is the method of the note issue. Method of the note issue, there are the different methods which are adopted by the different countries of the world in the different time periods. First one is the simple deposit system. When we talk about the simple deposit system, this is the system whereby 100% backing of the gold or silver or both are to be required. It means that 100% backing of the metallic reserves are to be kept for issuing the currency. So since this is a system which is fully convertible in nature, that's why the people confidence in this system is more. But this is the system which is not good for the developing and the underdeveloped economy, because these economies need the more currency for financing their developing projects, and this system is somewhat inelastic in nature. Every time when you need to print the new currency note, you have to keep the reserve of the metals. So this is somewhat a costly method of issuing the currency notes. So that's why the many countries are not on this system. This is inelastic in nature. Now the second one is their fixed fiduciary system. The fixed fiduciary system is a system of the note issue or the method of the note issue whereby up to a certain limit the government approved government securities are required for issuing the currency. That is called the fiduciary limit. Above the fiduciary limit, if the country is issuing the new currency note, then 100% backing of the metallic reserves are to be required. Fixed fiduciary system. Fiduciary is actually the limit, okay, which under that the limit up to which the government approved securities are accepted. Beyond that fiduciary limit, if the currency's notes are to be printed, for that purpose the 100% metallic reserves are to be kept. So this system is somewhat elastic, but again this is the costly method. Now the third system is the proportional reserve system. The proportional reserve system whereby we are seeing the proportion, the certain proportion of the currency issue of the currency notes are there, that is 25, that is in between 25 to 40%. This percentage of issuing the currency notes are to be backed by the gold reserve or the metallic reserve. After that, after this proportional reserve system, whatever the currency are to be issued, that is to be backed by the government securities. So this is again the system which is adopted by the certain countries of the world, and later on they left the system. Now we are coming on the next aspect of the method of the note issue, which is actually the minimum reserve system. This system is adopted by the maximum countries of the world. This is somewhat a very cheap or less expensive method of issuing the currency note. India has also adopted this system, that is the minimum reserve system for issuing the currency notes. Under this system, there is in India the 200 crore reserves are to be kept for issuing the currency notes. In that 200 crores reserve, the 115 crore reserve, 115 crore is in the form of the metallic reserve, that is gold, and the rest is in the government approved securities. So the minimum reserve system, if you are talking about the minimum reserve system, this is a system which is more comfortable for the developing countries and the underdeveloped countries. But as far as the system is concerned, this is somewhat inflationary in nature, because there is always the fear of overissue of the currency notes. So these are the systems, or these are the methods which are to be adopted under the note issue. So in this chapter, basically what we have studied, the monetary paper standards. Under the paper standards, we have seen the metallic standard, whereby the monometallism and the bimetallism, then bimetallism, where we have seen in the earlier lecture the gold standard as well as silver standard, then the paper standard. After that, we have seen the principles of the note issue, that is the currency principle and the banking principle, and the method of the note issue, whereby we have seen the simple deposit system, fixed fiduciary system, proportional reserve system, minimum reserve system. All this system or all these methods have basically its pros and cons. It depends on the authority to adopt a suitable method for issuing the currency notes. With this aspect, our first unit is completed. So under the first unit, what we have seen, under the first unit we have seen basically the evolution of money. Evolution of money, after that money's function and the other aspects. Now in the second unit we are going to deal the inflation and deflation. Thank you.